Has he abandoned you? Has she left you? Sometimes men or humans have to abandon you so that God can pick you up. Men sometimes need to give way so that God can have his way in your life. In fact, you must understand that sometimes it's even the person you cry over that is the very one God rescued you from. Yes, you might not know this, that what felt like rejection was actually divine protection. Yes, therefore, if you have ever asked a question like, why did they leave me? Why did this relationship end? Why did this plan for marriage end? Why me? If you have ever asked a question like this, then this message is for you. Therefore, I welcome you to BlissHills Relationship and Marital Hub, your space for clarity, healing, and purpose in relationships. Now, as you can see, today's teaching is deep. Today's teaching is very raw. Today's teaching is very, very necessary because we are going to be exploring why God sometimes remove people from your life, even the very ones you have prayed for. And we are going to be also considering why that painful separation may be the very key to unlocking your next season of purpose and peace. So I encourage you to sit tight and watch to the end, because what you're going to hear today, especially at the end, might be the closure, might be the healing, and the clarity that your heart has been praying for all this while. So let's dive in. Number one thing I want you to know is this, that God's view is eternal. Your own view is emotional. Can I say it again? God's view is eternal. Yours is emotional. How God sees is different from how we see most of the times. God sees eternally. God sees the end from beginning, but we only see the now. Now, hear this. You see what is happening now, but God sees forever. Now, I want you to know this, that when we are in love or deeply emotionally invested in someone, it's easy for us to be consumed by how they make us feel in the moment. We evaluate them based on chemistry, memories, or even how long we've been together with them. But God doesn't look at relationship through the lens of time that is spent. He sees how that person you are intending to be together with influences your destiny. That is what God sees. That is what God is after. God sees what they say about you when you are not around. God sees how they respond to your growth and whether they will support or sabotage your work into destiny, especially your spiritual work also. So God sees beyond what you are seeing. So when he removes them, it's not because God wants to hurt you. No, it's because he wants to protect the very version of you that he is raising. So your tears may fall today, but I can assure you, your future self will thank him. Your future self will appreciate God. Who you will become in the future will say, thank God that I was rescued from such a relationship. Number two, you must know is that God ends what would have ended you. see that relationship? It looks as if they abandoned you now. It looks as if intentionally they left you. No, it's a divine orchestration. It is possible God ended that relationship. God ended it because it would have ended you. It would have ended your life. It would have ended your destiny. It would have cut short your life. I want you to know that not every connection is meant to go with you into the future. It's not. When people leave you, sometimes allow them to go, let them go. It sometimes their ministry, sometimes their work in your life has ended. That's why God let them go. So allow them to go. That relationship may have looked picture perfect on the outside, but behind closed doors, there may have been manipulations. There may have been emotional unavailability, spiritual mismatch. Something, even silent sabotage might be there, but you're not seeing it. Sometimes God removes people because they were slowing you down, draining your energy, or even pulling you off course, trying to derail you from destiny, subtly enough that you didn't notice it. Sometimes it happens in a way that you can't notice it. So it happens in a soft way. Allow God to do his work in your life. They could have led you to compromise your values, settle for less, or even miss the very assignment God has for you in life. He loves you too much to allow a relationship to derail you or even waste your calling. So when God ends it, it's not just the end of a relationship, it is the beginning of your rescue. Take it the way it is. Get yourself together and plan forward. Rejection, I want you to know, often looks like heartbreak, but it is heaven's way of pulling you out of danger. Take it this way. Number three thing you must know is that separation is often preparation. What did I say? Separation, most of the times, is preparation. You must know that God subtracts to multiply. What did I say? God sometimes subtracts in order to multiply. Every divine promotion requires a separation. God knows the next level you are stepping into. And some people can't come with you because their presence will pollute your purpose. So he will separate you not just from toxic people, but sometimes from good people who are not aligned with his will for your life or for your future. So don't think that's only bad people God takes out of your way in life. No, he can also take good people away from your life because they are not aligned with his purpose for your life. Joseph, for example, had to be separated from his brothers. Yes, that doesn't mean that his brothers are 100% bad. No, Ruth had to separate from Oprah. Yes, he has to separate from Oprah. Even Jesus had to decide, distance himself from the same crowd, the crowd in Gethsemane. So your separation isn't punishment. No, it is God that is setting the stage for transformation in your life. So he's not separating you because he hates you. No, he's separating you for good. So don't panic. Whenever God chooses to take people out of your life or out of your space, he's simply making room for something that is greater, that is coming. Number four thing I want you to also know is that pain is a pathway to clarity. What did I say? Pain is a pathway to what? Clarity. We don't always hear God in comfort. That's one thing you must know. Most times we hear God in crisis. When it becomes tough, that's when we bend down to hear him. Pain is often the loudest voice of revelation. I must tell you this. That heartbreak, that betrayal, that sudden silence from someone you loved, you see, it becomes the spiritual megaphone through which God shouts, pay attention, pay attention. You start seeing the red flags you ignored. That's when you see them. Have you noticed some things? When someone leaves you suddenly, that's when your eyes suddenly opens. You begin to see all the red flags you've already ignored. You saw them when you were in love, but you didn't notice them. You ignored them. All those things, you begin to notice how you drain yourself after each conversation, how you felt drained. You finally begin to realize how much of yourself you lost where you are trying to keep them all this while. It can only happen. You can only notice these things when they have left you, when God forced them to leave you. So sometimes God allows emotional pain not to torture you, but to awaken you to patterns, to behaviors, and needs you've been neglecting. He really wants, he really wants to cleanse your heart, restore your identity, and teach you to love from a place of wholeness. So don't cry, don't just shed tears about the loss. Don't just cry because they left you, because it looks as if they abandoned you. Ask God what He's trying to teach you through this. Ask Him what is His plan in this situation. What is He trying to make you see and understand from this event that happened? I know it's not easy, but I have to encourage you. Number five thing you have to also know is that what is meant for you can be taken. Did you get it? Whatsoever that is meant for you cannot be taken. If they walked away, that means they were not sent to stay. It is easy to think that a relationship ending means you missed or you missed a chance. No, that the relationship is coming to an end or has come to an end doesn't mean that you messed up. It's not that you missed a chance. Forget it. That's what people will tell you. But here is the truth. No one can steal what God has ordained for you. If they left, it is because their assignment in your life has come to an end. Their business in your life is finished. Letting go doesn't mean you are weak. It means you are wise enough to stop holding what God has already released. God doesn't take away to deprive. God doesn't take away to deprive. He takes away to upgrade. He takes away in order to perfect. The problem is you are still holding on to what you thought you needed, when what you really need is what He is bringing next. I can assure you. So relax. Don't worry too much. I said earlier on, it is not easy, but someone has to talk to you. Someone has to talk sense into you. That's what I'm trying to do now. Trust this, that when God removes someone, it's not to empty your heart. It is to fill your heart with something much, much more better. So let go and let God. Did you get what I just said now? Let go, let God. If this message therefore brought light to your heart, don't keep it to yourself alone. Share it with someone else who is grieving a goodbye, but and they don't understand. Who is there crying wolf because they fail to realize and understand what God is actually doing in their lives. Please share it to them, and also be sure to subscribe to this channel, BlissHills Relationship and Marital Hub, for weekly truth, that is, weekly truth packed content that will help you grow truly in love, that will help you grow in healing, and also in purpose. Remember, as I conclude, don't forget, when God removes someone, it's not the end. It is indeed, it is the beginning of divine reset. You are not being punished. Remember, you are being prepared. I will see you again in our next video. Thank you for joining us today. And remember, if there's anything you felt like, oh, he didn't say it the right way, he said it, but he didn't mention it the way it's supposed to be. Or there is something that, oh, this man said here, but he didn't add this one or that one, is because God is laying it in your heart. That's why the comment section below is there. Please type in your contribution, and also I would like to hear from you. Congratulations. Goodbye.